Hi, my name is Justice Pfeiffer, and this is my audience for my informative speech. Did you know there are 415,000 kids in foster care in the U.S. according to childrensright.org? In Minnesota, approximately 185 children each week go into the foster care, according to the Minnesota Department of Human Services. I'm here to tell you about the foster care system. I have seen firsthand the importance of it. This is important because if children don't find foster families, they can end up being split up from their siblings in group homes or worse, on the streets. In doing this, I hope it may influence you to become a foster parent someday. I will go over what foster care is, the importance of becoming a foster parent, and the pros and cons of it. What is foster care? It is the raising or supervision of foster children as orphans or delinquents in an institution, group home, or private home, usually arranged through social services agencies that provides money for expenses. How do kids end up getting foster care? There are three main reasons: mandated reports, drugs, and abandonment. Mandated reporters are teachers and doctors. These are just a couple examples of mandated reporters. They are required by law to report anything that may involve any kinds of abuse. Drug abuse has been on the rise in many communities. If there is a drug bust and a child is in the home, the child will be removed instantly. As the next way children end up in foster care is through abandonment. According to the Abandonment Children's Fund, over 20 million children are abandoned worldwide. Once a child is removed from the home, there are processes that must be followed. A CHIPS petition is started from either the child's prohibition, removal, truancy, or voluntary placement. This includes the transfer in legal physical custody or a relative or social service agency. Next, a hearing is held, which includes parents, the agency that has filled out the CHIPS petition, a guardian ad litem, and the child is Native American, the child's tribe. A plan is developed to keep the child safe and to work with the child's family. This should include any medical education, mental health, and help that any family needs. Reunification is the family that should be This should always be the goal. If a child is in foster care, the parents have 1 year to resolve any issues to make it safe for the child to return home. If a child cannot be returned home, a permanency case is filed. This may result in the termination of the parental rights. This allows the agency to put up a child for adoption or look for a new legal guardian. Now you know what foster care is and how a child ends up there. Now I will talk about how to become a foster parent. Most anyone can become a foster parent. There are different requirements for different states. You must be 21, you can be married, single, have children or not, rent or own their own home. They should possess qualities such as stable, mature, dependable, and flexible. They should be able to advocate for the child. Be a team player with your family and your child's caseworker. How to become a foster parent. Foster care is provided through the county, tribal, or private agency. First, you need to make a call to them. They will ask you for information such as telephone number and address. And they'll ask you why you want to become a foster parent. The application and other paperwork are provided into interested families. Next step is to complete the application and fact sheet. After you complete this, the background study needs to be completed. Everyone 13 years or older must complete a background study. The agency will provide you with fingerprints and cards and instructions on how to complete. The background are completed by the Minnesota Department of Human Services. The fourth step is the home study and visit. You'll be assigned a social worker that will visit you and your family and complete and have a study assignment and an interview. Home study involves many interviews and with the family members, and after all, the social worker that will assess your abilities. To provide a positive environment for your child, the social worker will take all the information and unite assessment. If you successfully complete the process, you will receive a foster care license. Once you get your license, it must be renewed and updated every 1 to 2 years. The final step is that you must participate in training each foster parent must complete so many hours of training a year to be current on SIDS, shaken baby, CPR, universal precautions, seatbelts, and CPI training. If you choose to become a foster parent, there are advantages and disadvantages. The biggest advantage is you're helping someone. Another ends up being money. For each child, you get a certain amount of money from their MAPC score. Some disadvantages is the emotional pain of separation one feels when their foster child is ready to return to their home, or adopted by another family. Another disadvantage is the money you receive is not enough to cover all the child's needs. It only allows for basics, such as clothing and things. So if you want to treat your child properly, it'll be coming out of your pockets. In conclusion, foster care is an essential need for the community. I have touched on what foster care is, the steps of becoming a foster parent, and some advantages and disadvantages of being a foster parent. Foster care should not be undertaken lightly unless you have an open mind and a pure heart. After this speech, I hope one of you will consider becoming a foster parent someday. Thank you.